How is it going, everybody? It's Word here with another video, and if you're in my Discord server, which you should join, by the way, links in the description, I just said that I probably won't be making a video for a couple days because school's been kicking my butt and I got a big weekend ahead with volleyball, but here we are with Super Bowlers into Legend League anyways. I got my assignment finished, and it is 1 a.m. right now, and I'm doing hits at reset, maybe even 1:30, I don't even remember, and I got to be up at 8 a.m., but it's chill. I'm doing this for the grind. I'll sleep on the bus ride. We got a 4-hour bus ride, so this one's for you guys. I got Super Bowlers in Legend League. Been doing really, really well with them. Hopefully that can continue. And I want to show you guys how to use these things because they're extremely powerful at this new level. Don't have them leveled up yet. They are currently upgrading. So I've got the Power Potion on and the Hero Potion to boost my other heroes. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So these things got like a lot more hit points, and that's why they've gotten a lot better. But kind of the big reason that I like these guys is because they do just a lot of damage per second and have a lot of hit points, so they're pretty good to use. But this one could get stalled by the Clan Castle. I want to start down here though. This is usually what you do: is a Warden and either a Flame Flinger to set the funnel or with him. On this particular base, I'm going to use it with him because once my Warden goes in for that Expo, I actually want this Yeti to take down the Mortar. Hopefully the Yeti Mites can do that because that'll push my Warden in. Nice, that's beautiful. Because yeah, once the Warden can get all this, the Flinger can go into the Super Wizard Tower and the get the Headhunter in. Come on, Warden, you got that. Nice. We got the Super Wizard Tower, Scatter Shot, or sorry, Fire Spitter, and Scatter Shot, I guess. But yeah, that'll be pretty nice. And Warden, I don't want the Ricochet Cannon to bounce off onto me though, and I guess that's a legitimate potential, so got to be a little bit cautious of that. Okay, Flinger looks like it's going around, so that won't happen. Booker's going to pull Clan Castle, which is a little annoying. I'll just poison that right now. I don't want to go Invis though because, and there's the Tome. Shoot, I didn't want that to go to my Flinger, but then it got forced, the Tome. I've 3-starred without it though, so I still believe, but definitely going to be a bit harder now. Oh my goodness, Warden can't go down though. Okay, Bowlers are in right there. And like I said, not ideal, but I've 3-starred without it, so we're still going to be dialed in. There's a Totem right there. The Totems are going to be extremely helpful to help with keeping this damage off because I don't have a Eternal Tome now, so that's great. But World Champion should go invisible in a second right here. King, I really don't want to go to ability yet. Oh no, he totally is. Try to Totem. Okay, there's his ability now. Honestly, World Champion with an Ice Golem right there is not a bad combo. I'm actually going to Rage right here for the Queen. Beautiful freeze onto all that damage. And World Champion ability is probably about to go off, keep me away from this Giga Bomb. I'm going to let her keep walking for a second though. And we're not even looking that bad, not going to lie, for the fact that my Tome, look at this, my Eternal Tome went off in the Warden Walk, and honestly your worst enemy is always time, so once again it'll be a little close on time, but usually this works really well with the Yetis coming out of the Flame Flinger opposite the rest of your army. And look at this, literally every single bowler's alive, and Queen ability is just swag right there. And I've fully lost my Eternal Tome. So I've done this a couple times, even on like stacked Rage bases. The Eternal Tome can go off, and if you set that beautiful funnel for the bowlers, they'll wreck the base. So kind of the key is funneling. This is something that a lot of people I think would struggle with, which is why this is not like the #1 army, because you do have to funnel these guys pretty good, but you see that? They just blew up the core. So yeah, they're phenomenal. Okay, attack number 2, and if that doesn't really show you guys the power, like, I don't know what will. Like, they're amazing. So I love Super Bowlers and this base. So I've hit a similar base. I don't know, this might be the exact base, I don't really know. But I like to go with the Skeleton Spell to protect me from the Bomb Hive on most of these entries. And I think what I want to do is approach from this bottom. So there's the Warden, make sure the healers aren't getting hit. I got to take down this Mortar though. Okay, that's actually really nice. Mortar's got to drop. The Yeti is phenomenal for doing that, just taking out those outside Mortars. And once again, Warden's got to go in for the Expo, so it's got a decently lengthy walk to do, but this Flinger will help speed it up a bit, I guess. Gonna get in the Headhunter right there. That goes down. Under Rage, maybe didn't need it, but it's always better to be safe. And hopefully we can keep our Eternal Tome on this one. But yeah, one thing you'll see is that Skeleton Spell, if I put it on the Air Sweeper right there, the bombs will just continue to hit the skeletons. It's something that a lot of people do, especially on like Rage bases, where if you're going into a lot of damage plus the bombs, it might be too much, and that's just like, that's something you gotta know how to do. So yeah, we're going to maybe do that on this one, I think. It looks like this is going to be a bit. The Warden's got to walk through the Expo now. I usually don't like to charge past 2 minutes, but a minute 45 is probably like absolute latest because, as I mentioned earlier, time is usually your biggest issue, so you don't want to, help it out. But honestly, the Queen was like very crucial with this army to get with the troops, and there was a couple reasons for that. One is, obviously it does really well against like what do you call it, like rocket loons or air targeting things in the clan castle. Speaking of that, oh, I didn't poison the furnace, rip. Okay, whatever. But speaking of that, there's a huge air targeting clan castle, because otherwise, yeah, you're leaving it up to just the poison or something. Like, it usually just doesn't go well. There's a beautiful jump though. Royal Champion setting a gorgeous funnel on this one as well, and that means we should be good, because usually the funnel is the only real objective on this army. So I'm going to pop the Queen or the Royal Champion ability right there, and there's a nice totem. Royal Champion might die during spears right here, which does happen sometimes and usually is not good. So yeah, we'll see if that really ends up mattering, but usually that's not a good sign. So we'll see. If anything, for time reasons, it's usually a problem. But with 1 minute left, I think it's pretty safe to say we have the power to get through this. I'm actually going to invis to keep those bowlers alive. Maybe I should have frozen so I could have kept my healers alive. But yeah, the Queen, I guess, is all that's left to get through this. I just don't know if we'll have the time. I'm going to try my best, though. That'll wrap, so it's just about the Yetis getting through this section. Should have wall broken earlier right there. And the Queen, I think she'll get through that bottom side, the Yetis through the top, and we should have ourselves another triple. But yeah, we want to be comfortable with it here. So I'm going to support these Yetis. Once the builder locks on, I can start cleaning up top. Need him to start locking onto these Yetis, though the top side's cooked for sure. There we go, it locks on. And there's another triple, so that's a beautiful attack. Even though my Royal Champion kind of got cooked, you set a beautiful funnel for these guys, and they crushed the base. The Flame Flinger is kind of essential, but another triple on the board. Okay, next base, and we're 2 for 2 right now, so Super Bowlers are doing well. You just got to find a spot to get that Flame Flinger down. It's kind of critical. And then also, get a good funnel for them. That's very, very critical. So this one's looking a lot tougher, I'm not going to lie, to set up a funnel for. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that. Don't really like any of these. But I think I'm going to go for a little bit. You got to also check these corners, especially the Meteor Golems becoming so popular. It means everybody's baiting these little quick fireballs, which means Teslas, Seeking Air Mines, all that kind of junk on the outside of the base. So, I hope this Yeti's not dying very quick, and I hope it doesn't pull my Warden. Okay, he should die quickly. The only problem with the Yeti is that, yeah, if it does pull your Warden and causes pathing to go off track a bit, it's a little troublesome, so you don't really try to do that. But I don't want to put my Flinger down yet because I don't want it to die to this Builder Hut, but I kind of need it to go right there to get the Fire Spitter and the Multi-Inferno. Okay, now that goes around, I can get that in. Warden's going to walk this and then walk the Expo. And once again, you don't want to invis your Warden because then the Expo will get onto the, whatever you call it, Flame Flinger. So I'm just going to wait for this to go down patiently. And then get my wall break right there. Okay, that's not going to work. So Queen should be able to funnel that, though, pretty well. I'm going to start her a little bit higher. But as I said, it's been very crucial for me to get her into the base. So I kind of want her to go in. I'm not sure how well this is looking for that, though. My King might be exiting the attack. Okay, that's not good, number 1 right there. There's the King ability. Honestly, that early is not great. Bowlers are doing all right, though. There's honestly the Warden ability because they're getting weak. So I'm going to poison right there. Skelly up top right there with the Royal Champion's pretty good. Okay, she becomes visible. I'm going to invis right there. I think she was going to be targeted. So that's almost down. Not quite, but so close to going down. Shoot. Okay, nice. They sniped that. Gonna pop a totem right there. I didn't know for sure, but I thought it might have looked like my Warden was getting targeted, and that can't be happening. So bowlers are doing pretty well right there, but they're kind of getting cooked now. Flinger's doing well. I'm not sure. The King not going in is definitely not to plan and not great, but it still looks like with my Queen coming through, I could rage her up right here, and she might be able to get the back end of this base. I'm trying real hard, that's for sure. Beautiful freeze, and with the rage, she just might be able to get through that. There's the Royal Champion ability. Maybe I should have held it to get me through this gear tower, because that might stand tall at the back end of this base. And I probably could have RC charged all that still, but Alas, I used it. Okay, yeah, this gear tower is looking scary. I'm gonna freeze right there. We got queen, giant, and what do you call that? Sneezy on it. Baby Dragon was cleaning up top, so I felt like I was comfortable dropping all my cleanup down here onto those last defenses. And looks like we're getting another triple, so that'll be 3 for 3 with Super Bowlers. And I'm telling you guys that these things are strong. I'm not lying, I promise you that. They might be difficult to use, and you got to learn how to do that. But once you do some practice, I think, maybe Invis and Double Rage should be your easiest, but they can be tough because they're very punished if you do something wrong. Okay, so far we're doing really well. Even though my king went outside on that one, which is, pretty tragic, we still made it work. So it's pretty promising if you ask me, that even when something pretty critical goes wrong and you still triple, yeah, that makes me feeling pretty good. So on this one, it's going to be a little bit of a tougher funnel for sure, but I think I see a plan. It's got a lot of back end though, which will definitely be scary for sure. Gotta warden walk these storages, so I'm gonna start him pretty early. And then my plan right here is, I gotta check that corner. But that Yeti, I'm really just hoping goes in for the mortar eventually. Warden, honestly, I just need these 3 buildings down from him, and then I'm ready to go. Oh shoot, that's gonna start ricocheting though. Oh, it actually didn't even ricochet yet. I'm gonna rage up right here. Oh, that long shot and monolith are on me. That's not good. Okay, we did not get the mortar down, but I don't think I really needed to be honest. I'm just gonna let my warden under rage continue cooking. Okay. Right here, he's no longer cooking. There's that. Gonna go in with the whole army right here. Gonna freeze if I need to get that further off of me, but I think I'm doing well. I'm gonna freeze right. Oh, that was not a freeze, that was a poison. Shoot. Oh, and the king ability early. I kind of needed the king ability after this jump wore off. That might come back to bite me, that kind of critical mistake right there, but everything's still alive, pretty healthy, which is kind of what I was expecting. But yeah, no king ability is a little tough. I can hold the tome pretty long on this base, and I was kind of expecting that as well. I think I sent my world champion way too early though, because she's getting into a lot of damage right there. Probably gonna tome. They're pretty similar words, but through this Giga Bomb and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna pop that. There's my freeze onto the heavy damage. There's still an Expo, but what can you do? World champion's about to die. I think my mistake right here was my king. I don't think I'll be able to get through this one. My king ability popped way too early, so that was a pretty critical error because, yeah, as soon as that king ability went off, I kind of had nothing. It was supposed to go off right here and kind of destroy all of this. Spiky Ball, Earthquake Boots, and all that. So, yeah, that didn't really work out too well for me. So, yeah, I lost my king ability pretty early from that monolith section. Maybe I should have let my warden continue walking it. Not too sure. I just didn't want to waste too much time, but at the same time, it kind of wrecked my entry. So, a little bit of a weird base, never really seen it before. Could have maybe tried to come up with a plan going through all this heavy section first, but I usually like to enter on the clan castle, so yeah, a bit of a mistake. I'll let my archer get this building down, and that should be it, but yeah, I'll cut off the attack here because I don't want to waste your guys' time, and yeah, we'll get in the next one. Okay, here we're going to try to bounce back from that one, and this is the classic Itsu base. I've found a pretty, consistent crack to it, but it does take a little bit of skill. So similarly, we got to enter right here with the warden, entirely trying to get this section down. You got to take down this mortar. Hopefully, you get it down. That's looking pretty good. Then I can send out this flinger to go get the multi-arch tower and Rico. Warden's got to go in and tank the Expo. And then, yeah, we can. This is the exact one also Itsu posted. I've done friendly challenges onto it, so hopefully I don't fail it. Usually it's pretty convincing. But the key is, honestly, to invis bases, you just got to pretend that there's no invis. That was kind of the best way that I found to wreck them, is just pretend they're not there. The bowlers will bounce and trigger it, and you treat them no differently than any other base. Just funnel the bowlers in. Eternal Tome, honestly, through the rage does really, really well, so you don't really have to. It lasts almost the entire invis and does really well through the rage damage, so it's not really a problem at all. Okay, nice. I don't want anything to bounce off the Rico to my flinger. I want to keep it healthy, and right there, even if that wizard got hit, it would have bounced on the warden, so that's not too bad. He's taking his sweet time right here, but he should go get the Expo. Yeah, that's not too bad. And I might walk the Spitter. I don't want to waste too much time, though. Yeah, I won't, because I don't want to waste too much time. Okay, there's that right there. King, Queen, all the bowlers. 1, 2, 3, that right there. There's the world champ already. Honestly, just trying to set that funnel. Oh, I didn't wall break though. Bit of a problem right there. Honestly, gonna totem. Okay, king, can you get funneled back in? That'd be really nice. Hopefully my king can go down. Nice. World Champion's going up and forcing him in. She's kind of getting cooked though. I'm actually gonna pop her ability right there. So as I said, there's the Eternal Tome. Invis already triggered. You don't even think anything of it. World Champ is staying up for now, but she's kind of getting cooked. She won't last too long, which is not great for me. But there's a king ability. Yeah, what's even left on this base, to be honest with you? Like, there's no more defenses and all my bowlers are alive. That's kind of the key of this army, is you just wreck. And there's my World Champion who got destroyed this attack. So that's, not her best effort, that's for sure. And still we're crushing this base. So that opens up. I'll probably just rage into this compartment because I got so many bowlers. Queen ability, just as long as I can bounce through this really quickly, then I can get to the rest of the base and not time fail. So those bowlers, I thought they might bounce to that. But yeah, we crushed the invis base. You literally just pretend it's not there and the bowlers trigger the invis. You can pop your Eternal Tome as I did through the invis, but mostly through the rage damage, and raged up, you just keep raging them. You have 3 rage spells, and the rage, bowlers, queen, maybe you sneak a headhunter in, just absolutely demolish these bases. So another nice triple. Okay, same exact base. It's a little different though. Mono down here. What has he got? Light beam in the core. But we're gonna do the exact same setup. We just gotta funnel maybe a little bit better on this one, but same thing. Check the multi-arch tower range. Don't want my warden or especially healers within that. Gotta put the Yeti down, take this down. Sometimes there's a Tesla down here. Don't see one though. That'll go down. Just make sure my flinger doesn't get taken down. If I put it too close to the Rico, I feel like that's the only way I fail this base, but we'll show you once again. This base has become pretty common, and honestly, like, I was using Meteor Golems. I did struggle against it. I feel like it should be easy, but the log launcher approach wasn't consistent with me, where you fireball outside, and trying to fireball the core obviously would work, but you just time fail every single time. So yeah, honestly, this army's kind of been killing this base, which was a little bit of a struggle for me, even though, probably shouldn't have been. But we're going to get into a lot of damage right here, to be honest. Gonna try to headhunter. Under rage right there. Nice, we get the queen down early. Now we're on the multi-arch tower already. My flinger's going really quickly. My warden, not so much. Already 210. We haven't even got to the expo yet, but we're probably going to go air defense next again in this one. Are we? Yeah. Then expo, though. You can see the rage ores halfway through the expo and not even touching the spell factory. So I know he's going down. That's one thing I learned for Fireball about, knowing where that will go next, but it's even, true in this army. So probably going to go Baby Dragon. King, queen, wall break, double right there. There's that. Gonna poison right there. There's the bowlers. I'm gonna keep using the tomes to keep my king alive a little longer on this one than the last one. Honestly, Skelly should probably be going outside here. It can do a really good job onto the bomb hive, as I talked about earlier, just tanking up the bombs as you enter the base. But with no bomb hive like on this one, don't really see a good spot for the Skelly. Honestly, same thing, right? Warden ability. Oh, King didn't go to the core though on this one. We'll see how that, changes things. King's just walking the outside of this base. There's just multis in the core though. Honestly, RC ability, because she's kind of got to stay alive. And Queen should jump back in, and there's just not a whole lot of damage, so I feel like we should be fine. But King ability, honestly, yeah, not doing too much. I was going to say could be pretty good, but not amazing. King's tanking that. Don't want that to ricochet to my World Champion, but it probably will, so I'll freeze right there. She can go take that down, and then Queen's just going to swarm the rest of the base. So did not get as good of pathing. Yeah, my King kind of got cooked right there. Went outside. Oh, we got to take that down, though. We're kind of getting low on time. Okay, no, Queen's got this for sure. Okay, not worried. Yeah, another triple on this invis base. Like I was saying, the warden walks are slow. Like, bowlers can time fail. I was getting a decent amount in friendly challenges, but as long as you keep it around that 2-minute time, you're usually pretty good. Oh, here's a weird double rage, and this is where things can get a little messy. I think the bowlers, can run into a little bit of trouble on these rage bases, especially if you don't, manage things perfectly well. They can definitely provide you some trouble. So gotta be a little diligent on this one, but I have an idea. I want to flinger the gear tower and multi, and I think I could do that starting my flinger down here, but that means I gotta start this. To be honest, I'm just gonna funnel this corner. You're gonna see what I'm doing right here. So this guy, Just going in, maybe trying to pull anything right there. There's the flinger spot. I think that should be good to go into the gear tower. I'm not really certain, but going to try to wall break into this compartment. And yeah, we'll see what the bowlers can really do. So kind of funneling this out just a bit. We're going to get right into their jump and try to do our best demolishing this base. So never seen this base, and I think sometimes you can run into trouble on those kind of weird bases you've never seen. So hopefully we don't, but always a possibility. So I'm thinking the Royal Champion's going to be really nice on this outside, but first I'll just do a baby dragon. And then, yeah, right now just going to start the bowlers. I feel like this is nice pathing. I could have put them elsewhere, but yeah, I really do think that I like the approach into the core from here. There's a nice totem. I kind of want to take that damage off of them. Going to rage right there as we enter this. First one, Warden's lagging way behind, so King ability is going to pop early, which means I'm going to try to save my tome, Eternal Tome, sorry, I keep saying the wrong thing, for the back end maybe. Bowlers are looking pretty healthy, if I had to say so myself. They're all full health right there. Raging them up again. Queen's taking some pretty serious damage, or sorry, Royal Champion, but I'm going to let her stay. These bowlers, okay, now my the long shot was on my healers, so I popped the Warden ability. Oh, I should have popped that way earlier. Royal Champion's going to go down right here. Going to freeze right there. Raging up the Queen and maybe the one bowler that's right there, but that's whatever. Queen ability right there. I don't know if we have enough to get through this back end, to be honest. The long shot's kind of just cooking us in the core. My Queen's just getting wrecked. Nothing's going for the long shot also. It's just destroying my healers. Giant's now taking a turn, but I don't think Royal Champion will have enough to get through this. Shoot, this base I feel like I want back. I think this should be easy for the bowlers, and I'm going to fail it. Well, maybe not. I don't think the bowlers can get around in time, though. And there's no healers on them, to be honest. It's on the Warden. Where are we going? Okay, we're going up to the Tesla. Honestly, I don't mind that, but yeah, like I said, I don't think the bowlers get through this in time, which is so unfortunate. They're going to be bouncing through all this, but they're going to get some decent bounces onto, I think, the Ricochet Cannon through this, if I had to guess. No, not really. A little bit, though. And the Expo should go down. Okay, that's actually kind of huge, because I feel like my Warden, with that being pretty weak, might actually walk this. I think he could take this, which is kind of crazy because I kind of messed that up pretty bad. The World Champion, I should have popped Spear way earlier, and nothing really pathed in. I could have done a much better job pathing. Warden still goes down. So time fail, which is my bad, but let's get into the last one. All right, final attack of the day, and it's the same base for the third time. Okay, this was actually a little different, though. But this will be for 295, so I did make a couple critical errors. That last one I really want back on the double rage, and then earlier I didn't really get my king to funnel in, and it was a weird base, so those weird bases will get you because you've never seen them before, but we got to lock in on this one right here. Same thing, another kind of different base. And yeah, we'll see what we can do against it. So I think I want to try to charge this kind of two buildings right here. Starting with this right there. Not so sure what exactly he'll be having because, like I said, a lot of people trying to bait these Meteor Golems. They are, in my opinion, the best army in the game. The only reason I don't want to run them is because they're the best army in the game. I don't like using roots when they were meta. This is meta. It's just not fun to me. And, you know, these bowlers, they're pretty fun, so I'm enjoying them. I probably should use the Yeti on the bomb tower right there to funnel my Warden back this way, but it's a little too late now because that would pull him, and I don't want him to get pulled that direction. So sometimes the Super Wizard Tower can hit your healers and be a little troublesome. Not really going to run into that on this attack. I'm going to use a Wizard right here on the Skellies just to speed that up. Not maybe necessary, but I wanted to do that. We're going to be entering through the corner up top, which is a little odd for sure. I might even double rage right here. I do that quite a bit. With all the defenses on me, I think that's worth it. And yeah, I'll set up a really nice flingers. Okay, honestly, good thing I didn't use the Yeti on the bomb tower. I kind of needed to take this mortar down up top. Come on, I think the Knights should get it. You see me use the balloon right there? I needed to get down whatever building that was. I think a bomb tower or something. And with not a lot of time now, I'm going to start already. Okay. There's a wall break. Another ice golem. Is that long shot on me? No, we're good. Okay. Bro, how many times is this wall break going to fail? It failed 3 times. I'm going to try and take that down. Luckily, I actually... Oh, no way. The king's actually going around. No, no, no. Can we push him back in? The tome just went off, which is terrible because the long shot's still looming big in the core. These bowlers are all going around. Okay, some of them just turned back in, but this is not looking good for your boy. Invis Rage. Hopefully not proving me too much at the end of the day, but time is a ticking, that's for sure. Gonna freeze right there onto that. Queen ability is looking to be forced. I don't want it to be, though. Gonna rage, but now I don't have the totem, or the Eternal Tome. I keep messing up totem and tome. But without that, oh man, look at this. Yeah, this thing in the core is wrecking me, so I did a pretty bad job on this one. I'll take the ownership. I didn't funnel anything in well enough, and yeah, I'm going to get cooked by this one. So luckily we didn't get the 1-star, though, which is always nice, but pretty big fail, so those headhunters will do well. We're going to get a lot of cleanup over here unless the balloons come back, but they should stick onto the Phoenix King. Yeah, pretty bad fails, so probably going to get like 280, and, you know, on this one, once again, didn't set a good funnel. I don't know how 2 wall breakers failed without opening that up. That should have been a pretty easy funnel in, and then the space would have been crushed. So I really don't know what happened right there, but somehow it didn't get funneled in. The bowlers are really good, though. I hope you guys don't, you know, deny that. I wish I got the double rage back where I got a 98 just before this. And then this one, I really don't know how those both failed and didn't get me into the base, but I really should have been into the base right there and crushing it. And then earlier I didn't funnel my king in, so really could have easily been 320 if I had, you know, avoided some of those mistakes. But the bowlers are pretty good and not as punishing. So yeah, we should see. I think I already have 1 defense today. Yeah, so that 24 is kind of matching my 23. I might need 2 more defenses, but 282 better than yesterday's 270. Avoided a 1-star as well, so not too bad with the bowlers. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Link will be in the description, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.